So here's a video for you at Santa Margarita so that you understand how to use the PLC forms. So when you get to your courses, you will now see a course called Santa Margarita. In this course you will have all the information you need, but the key here is for your PLC meetings, you want to go to PLC meetings down here. And when you click on that, it'll lead you into the professional collaboration meetings. Some instructions that Dr. Pomelli will go over with you. But here you'll have a button for each of your different grade level PLCs. So if I were to click on the kindergarten grade PLC, you will see the instructions here. It says, in this discussion you will share the topics, vision, and work done by your PLC. Each week, please reply to the discussion. To help you, copy the table below, the OUSD district vision statement, paste them into your discussion thread and fill them in. So all we're asking you to do is using your computer, and I prefer that you use your computer. You'll have less issues. You can do it with the iPad, but there's a few glitches with the iPad. But you highlight all that, you copy it. So right click to copy or just use Control C. Go down here where it says reply, and then we're going to paste it in there. Now one of the first things of course you will see is that the window is very small. If you want to make it a bigger window, you want to scroll this and then drag this down. And again, you see that little triangle area right there. Drag that down again, and so I can get as maximum of a size I can based on my screen. And all we're asking you to do is, first of all, to indicate who's present and their role in the meetings. So you'd fill that in there. Put your start time here, and then your end time, of course, when you finish. To keep things easy for you, we have little check boxes here, and all you're going to do is place an X for the area of focus, and then we want you to highlight the elements being focused on. So let's say, for instance, I'm working on the literacy vision this time, so I put a simple X there. And then let's say we're working on empowering all students, so then I'm going to highlight that, but then go up here with the AB, and this is where I can then highlight it using a yellow color. And then maybe I'm also doing rigor or something we're also focusing on. So then maybe I highlight that again. And you can see this gives a visual to not only your team but also to your administrator of what's being worked on. And then as you go forward down in the document, you can see there's other things to complete. You just place an X again on the area of focus. Maybe this is the first time you guys are meeting this year, and maybe you're just working on discussing instructional practices and the impact of instruction on student learning. And then as you get down here, and this is where I would suggest you guys keep brief minutes of what you guys are talking about in your meetings. And so just do a quick summary of what is actually happening, so that when you go back later and look at the progress you've made, you can see how the work that you've done has really shaped the progress you've made in your PLC. Click on some next steps. What are you going to be doing next? Who's going to be responsible based on your meeting, and when do you expect that to be completed by? And if your group does have any questions or wonderings, I know that's probably not a real word, but if you have any questions or wonderings, fill that in here so that when you do post the reply, and I'm going to post that reply so you can see what that looks like, it fills in the spot right here, and your principal will have the opportunity not to reply up here, but to reply to this one right here of what those questions and wonderings are. So there's that constant dialogue between you and your principal, and then you can constantly look back to see what's happening. Now the nice thing is, not only do you get to see what you're doing here and keeping track of that, but now you're allowed to then go back to the other pages. So let me go back to the other pages. So when I click on that, I'll go back to PLC meeting, and you can look at what 6th grade's doing, 7th grade or 8th grade. All of that's now possible. So if you have any questions about how this works, feel free to contact me at 7842 or email me at armin.almoranto@osai.us. And of course we can help you out. But Dr. Pomelli is pretty much going to be taking care of you on this one. So if you have any issues about anything, feel free to ask her in terms of, and I will be training her how to handle this. Alright? Hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll talk to you guys later.